Hey everybody, welcome to House Church for this up week. We've got our light bulb question mark and arrow for you guys to discuss in your house church time tonight. So here we go. So my light bulb, as I was preparing for the sermon and looking at the text and everything like that, was actually around the response of the demonic man to the 7 sons of Sceva. So that response that he has to them of that, like, Jesus I know and Paul I know about, but I don't know you. So my light bulb with that was that every time up until this round, when I've read that passage before and studied it a little bit, there's that gut pain of fear that comes with it, of that, like, oh, would that happen to me, right? Would I have that kind of response from a spiritual entity that says, yeah, I know about Jesus, I know about other people, but I don't know who the heck you are. And the light bulb for me was that I don't actually have to worry about that. There's this difference in attitude and tone and authority that comes with approaching those kind of situations with a heart for Jesus, with building intimacy with Jesus, that we don't have to worry about that. Like, yeah, we may not know exactly what to do in situations like that all the time, but Jesus does, and he's bigger than anything that we might come up against. So that was a big light bulb for me. My question mark as I was preparing for this sermon this week was really centered around those 2 different pieces of lacks of intimacy. So we talked about how when intimacy with, or knowledge without intimacy is fruitless, and power without intimacy is dangerous. So my question mark for myself was really around that, like, okay, what aspect of those 2 things do I bias more towards? Am I more a person that leans towards growing in my knowledge without growing in my intimacy, or pursuing power without intimacy? For me, I kind of land more on that knowledge side. Especially it's this weird thing with being a pastor where being close to Jesus is kind of my job in a weird sort of way. It's really easy for me to build my knowledge of Jesus and know about him and know what to say about him without being close to him. So that was my question mark for this week, is between knowledge and power, which of those 2 things do you pursue outside of intimacy with Jesus? So my arrow for this week, my conviction point for this week personally, was really just around that building intimacy thing. And it was kind of a bit of a question with it, that, like, am I really pursuing Jesus for Jesus' sake? Am I pursuing knowledge for knowledge's sake, or power for power's sake? Or am I actually just pursuing intimacy with Jesus? Am I trying to be closer to him? And admittedly, there's times in my life where I do a really great job of that, where I'm really drawn to Jesus and chasing him down. And there's other times in my life where I frankly suck at it. It's sometimes challenging for me to pursue intimacy with Jesus. And so my conviction was asking myself that question of, like, in this moment, am I truly pursuing intimacy with Jesus? So there's our light bulb question mark and arrow for this week. Thanks, have a great house church.